Hello, welcome back to another lesson in Vedic astrology. In this video, I am going to talk to you about how to read a Dasha and Bhukti, or the results of a major period and a minor period combination. Before getting into the details, I would like to say that whenever you see a horoscope, before getting into when, you have to first get into will it happen or not? Is it indicated or not? If let's say a particular event is not indicated in the horoscope, then you don't have to search for it within the Dashas and Bhuktis, or the planetary major periods and the minor period. For example, a person is going to remain unmarried. Any Dasha or any Bhukti will not give marriage. Even if you see a particular planet placed in the 7th, you may refer a book and figure out how to predict marriage. It might tell you that a planet placed in the 7th can cause marriage, planet aspecting the 7th or the 7th lord, etc. There are so many rules, but none of that is going to work if the basic chart does not indicate marriage in the first place. So it's very important to find out will it happen, and then try to search for when will it happen. Let's say if this is the first house, and then you have, say, Rahu in the 8th. I'll be using the Bhava chart. From this you know that Rahu is in the 8th, so the Dasha of Rahu will be very challenging, and you'll have to refer Brihat Parashara Horashastra to find out what are all possible during the Dasha of Rahu. But Rahu is for 18 years, and so you have to read the sub-periods or the AntarDashas. You have 9 of them, and let's do an example. Let's say Saturn is over here in the 3rd house. Now how do you read this result? The first thing is you have to go by the general results. In the Dasha of Rahu, in the Bhukti of Saturn, that is the major period of Rahu and the minor period of Saturn, generally it is bad because these two planets are associated with want, scarcity, restriction, loss of freedom, misrepresentations, scandals, being imprisoned. But will it happen or not is to be determined from the Lagna. So come from Lagna, Rahu is already bad, and then Saturn is in the 3rd house. Suppose you read the Dasha and Bhukti of Rahu Shani, you will find Maharishi Parashara saying that Saturn within Rahu will be good if Saturn is placed in the 3rd. But that will be the first paragraph, and after 2 paragraphs you will also be told that if from Rahu, if Saturn is in the 8th, it will be bad. So how do you read the results? Whenever a planet, for example the sub-period of Saturn, is declared as being good because of a particular rule, it will also do 50% good, and then because it is placed in the 8th house from Rahu, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the sub-period lord is placed in the 8th from Rahu. For that you will be told that you should expect some bad results. Obviously the good and bad cannot happen on the same day or the same time. It has to be split. So which part of Rahu and which part of Rahu Dasha Shani Bhukti will give you the negative results, that is a separate topic. But at least you should know that 50% of this period will be good and 50% will be bad. Now let's shift Rahu to another house, okay, but retain Saturn there. Saturn is a very good planet for all those people born in Vrishabha Lagna. So Saturn tries to give better results anyway for all those people born in this Lagna, and occupying the 3rd house, it tends to give more good results. But in this example that we have done, we had Rahu over here, but now we are shifting Rahu. But now we are shifting Rahu to another house, just to understand what a big difference the shifting of planets will have. For example, suppose you have Rahu here. This is the 7th. Rahu in the 7th always brings out the hidden talents in people. It makes the person change from, if he has been an introvert, he becomes an extrovert, and he wants to tell a lot of things to the world. Whenever Rahu is in the 7th, becomes very active in public life, getting mixed up, want to participate in the worldly matters and the affairs of the world in general, and it usually gets people married. This is another way of looking at it, because it's the house of marriage. Also, this is the 10th from the 10th. You count 10 houses from the 10th house of karma. So Rahu in the 7th is highly karmic in nature, and it generally tends to give more positive results, especially for people born in such lagnas where Saturn is a functional benefic. Now the whole thing has changed. Rahu in the 7th, already good, and from Rahu, Saturn is in the 9th house, which makes it further good. The reason for that is, if from the Lord of the Mahadasha, or the major planetary period, if the sub-period Lord is in a trinal house, 1, 5, 9, or 1, 4, 7, 10 Kendra, then it will automatically improve. So if such a person reads the general results of Rahu Dasha Shani Bhukti, and he were to be told that this is a very negative period, it will all be wrong, because for him this will be one of the best periods. So just see a big difference from the previous position. Rahu in the 8th. Here Rahu is bad, already declared as bad because he is in the 8th from this lagna. And from here you count Saturn is in the 8th. But whereas if you have Rahu here, it's very good already. And then Saturn is in the 9th from this Rahu, and that is also declared as good. So in the previous case, you find if Rahu already declared as bad, and then Saturn is in the 8th from Rahu, and surely this Rahu, the Shani Bhukti, will be bad, even if you were to say that Saturn in the 3rd is good. So whenever you read the Dashas and Bhuktis, first you have to know where is the Lord of Dasha, and that is the background results all the time, because it's a very long period. And also you need to know whether that particular planet is favorable or unfavorable because of the person being born in a particular ascendant, which I've already dealt with in other videos under the topic functional malefics and functional benefics. So that has to be borne in mind. And then the next thing that can happen is the planet can be made further good or further worse by occupying a Kendra or a Trikona. It will be very good. If it occupies a Kendra or Trikona, it will be very good. And if it happens to be in 8 and 12 and other negative places, even the 6th house, then also it will give more of the negative results. So this is how you read the Dasha and Bhuktis, but this is not as simple as it may sound. I'll do more videos, and from that you will come to know the other methods and other principles that you have to bear in mind while reading the effects of Dashas and Bhuktis.